Let's make some ranch pizza dough. 3 cups bread flour, 1 packet of instant yeast, 1 teaspoon of salt, ranch seasoning to taste. I've been making homemade pizza doughs for a very long time, and it's really good to season your dough before you make it. And like I said, you can use any seasonings and flavors that goes with whatever pizza you're making. So you can change this up and make tons of different kinds of pizza doughs. Just make sure everything is to taste. Mix that up real quick. Your water needs to be between 120 to activate the yeast, and it cannot go over 130. If you go over 130, you're going to kill the yeast. Add in 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Give that a good mix real quick before I add it into the bowl, and then I'm going to turn on the mixer. Let that mix up until you form a dough. If you don't have a standing mixer with a dough hook, don't worry, you can completely make this by hand. You can use this dough for anything: pizza, stromboli, calzones, garlic knots, cheesy bread, garlic bread, you name it, you can make it. This dough is very easy to make, and you can make a lot of different things with it. You can also make this dough way in advance and freeze it and just pull it out of the freezer whenever you need some dough. I have another video out there somewhere. It shows you how to freeze the pizza dough. I will be making 2 batches at one time. So this is my first batch, which is flavored with the ranch seasoning. And then my other batch that I will be doing is going to be just regular dough with no seasoning. You're going to need a well-oiled bowl. I'm going to be using the Blackstone Pizza proofing box for this. Lightly flour the surface, and I'm going to work this dough a little bit. You don't want to go too much here. I'm also splitting this in half. You don't have to split this in half, I just am. All of my orange squares are oiled, by the way. Now you simply just want to form this into a ball. Watch my hands here as I pull and tuck to the back of the ball. This technique may take practice. I've been doing this for a very long time, so I am trying to go slow so you can see it on camera. You can see where I'm pulling from different angles and trying to make it into a nice smooth ball. So I am happy with how those look. Now we're just going to put those in the tray. And you're going to want to put oil on the top of your dough balls. And here's why. If you don't, they're going to harden and crust up, and you don't want a hard crust on your dough when it's rising. You don't need to use too much oil, but you need to make sure that it is all covered in the oil. Because there is oil on the bottom of that pan there, I am going to go ahead and move it into that oil. If I'm not sure if I got enough oil all over, I will pick it up and make sure I get every inch of that dough ball in oil. Those look good to me. On to my second batch. All the ingredients are the same, except there's no ranch seasoning in this. It's plain. So therefore, it's my regular pizza dough recipe. Same process, lightly floured surface, work the dough a little bit. And in this one right here, you can see how I'm tucking and rolling already. This is going to be a little more tackier and stickier because it doesn't have any seasonings in it. You may have to even put a little bit of flour on your hands. Just about done here. Look at how nice and smooth these are. So that is what you're looking for right there. Same process. I'm going to stick them in my tray. You can stick them in your bowls, and if you're using a bowl, you need to saran wrap them. or you can use a kitchen towel and put over top of the bowls. You want to set this in a nice warm place. I put mine on the top of the refrigerator. Some people put them in their ovens. If you put them in the oven, make sure the oven is not on or hasn't been used. You can leave these sit on the kitchen counter or the kitchen table. Just make sure that they are covered up with either plastic wrap or a kitchen towel. I have another pizza video out somewhere floating around, so you can look that one up too. You want to let that sit for a good 20, 30, maybe even 40 minutes, all depending on the temperature and the weather. You want to let these rise at least double in size, if not triple. Because I am using the pizza proofing kit from Blackstone, I don't need saran wrap or a kitchen towel. I'm going to use this box right here. I love this thing, guys. It is so nice. I'm going to put my tray right inside the proofing box, and this is going to all go on top of my refrigerator. I'm going to show you guys the bread flour that I use. It even says pizza crust, rolls, and more on the bag. There's other bread flours out there. I did not use an all-purpose flour for this. There is a difference in it. You can tell the difference in your pizza crust when you use a bread flour. And this one has a recipe for white flour on the bag. So it's been about 20 or 40 minutes. Who knows? I lost track of time. I was going on about my day. But check these out. These have doubled in size. Look at that. The two plain ones are the ones I'm touching right now. And the bottom two are the ones with the ranch in them. So these are done and ready to be used for whatever you like. I'm keeping this a short video, so watch my other future videos to find out what I make with these. Bye guys, and I will see you in the next video.